on. Oh, good. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday Night Wisdom Share Sacred Practices. So glad that we're all here this evening. I know we have some people online and some people here right in our very room, and so we're looking forward to this evening. I'm really excited about having Veronica share this evening on Course in Miracles and Awakening to the Light, embracing the light and discovering you. So Veronica is an author, published author, speaker, and life coach, and she'll, I'm sure, share a lot more about it than I'm going to share right now, but she helps people all around the country, I don't know, maybe even all around the world with her coaching. So anyway, we're excited to have Veronica share this evening and enlighten us with some of her wisdom. This evening's Wednesday Night Wisdom Share Sacred Practices. We have a couple books I want to talk about. We have the book, you can only get this book if you see her in person. This one's called A Course in Miracles. Things to know about the Course in Miracles. And then the other one is Ungluing the Mind. And that's the book that's on Amazon. And so we'll have Jeff put that up there on Facebook or online for us. All right, so next week we have Jeff Kingfisher, our very own Jeff Kingfisher, who's back behind the scenes over there. And we're really excited. It's actually going to be not on Wednesday night, so make sure you mark your calendar. It's actually on Tuesday night next week, because it happens to fall on the winter solstice. So we're going to be doing, Jeff's going to be doing a event and presentation, music. It's called Even Song and Winter Solstice. So come celebrate the birth of light with Jeff Kingfisher and musical guests. And for Even Song and Winter Solstice at 6:30 p.m. next Tuesday, 21st. The evening will center around a therapeutic music bath and include additional music performances, solstice rituals, and the casting of the Musoracle, which is Jeff's music-based intuitive storytelling tool. So there will also be how do I say it, wassail? There will also be a wassail and festive holiday treats. What's a wassail again?
Wassail is a drink.
Oh, wassail is a drink. Okay. Probably should have known that. Huh? Is it spiked or not spiked?
I'm not going to tell.
Okay. Okay. So bring your cushions if you want. You want to lay down. We're going to have some space open on the floor here. This is going to be like a sound bath. And bring your friends. It's going to be a wonderful event. Please come support it. I know it's going to be a fascinating and wonderful evening of wisdom, music, and enlightenment. The last Wednesday, we're going to, on December, I had the wrong date on there. What's the last Wednesday of this month? Well, the last Wednesday of this month, we had Vince Kiefner, and he's going to be sharing something called Inspirational Goals for 2022. And he says, we do not always get what we want, but we do get what we settle for. Very interesting. So why settle for less when more is possible? Better health, better supply of flow, and support are all possible when summoned and understood. Learn how to secure these possibilities for 2022 with simple guidelines that Reverend Vince will share. And he's going to be sharing the evening with author and speaker Peter Bedard. And some of you guys know Peter Bedard. I know he speaks up there at the high desert once in a while. So he's going to be here on the last Wednesday of this month. So with all those out of the way, I'd like to invite everyone to share your love and donations with our center this evening. We support this beautiful spiritual center with our donations. All that we do here, all that we share, and create this space is through our loving donations. So we really appreciate that. Our donations tonight will be split with our facilitator and teacher, and so we appreciate your generosity. So let's see. So other than that, we're going to start with a little centering practice to get us settled and centered before we invite Veronica up. So let's begin just by observing our body sitting here. Take a few nice conscious breaths. And just noticing our body sitting in this moment right here, right now. as we create a space for ourselves just to stop everything and to be here now. Releasing any tensions or tightness, anything we might be holding, anything that we may have been carrying around with us today that might be heavy or bothering us. Just imagine setting it outside the building for now. As we create and co-create a sacred space this evening for ourselves and for each other. So whether we're sitting in this room or online, I know there is one mind, and we are all connected in this one mind. I know that wherever we are in the circle, this dynamic energy that creates a space for us to open our minds and our hearts to receive. And so as we quiet and still our mind, we open up our heart to receive the wisdom, insights, love, and understanding that Veronica is going to share this evening. I know that each one of us is here on purpose. Whether we're here in this room or online, we're all here on purpose to receive exactly what our soul needs to hear and to know. And so in this place of openness and receptivity, we throw the doors wide open now to the infinite divine presence that's working in, as, and through all of life, in, as, and through Veronica and everyone here in this sacred space. And so with this, we release it, we let it go. We allow Spirit to have its way, and we claim it as so by saying, and so it is. And so I'd like to invite Veronica up. We're so excited to have you. The other way? Oh, okay. I'll go from behind. Okay.
There you go.
And then you can put that around your ears, or up a little higher.
A little over the ear, there you go. I think we're rocking now.
Just make it comfortable for yourself. If you want to have a pocket, I can drop this right in the pocket, just so. Do you have a pocket in your outfit?
No, it's not a pocket.
Okay.
It looks like a pocket, but it's not a pocket.
All right, we'll just set it there.
Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh. What do I not touch? Okay. Move that over there. Oh. Oh, the other book. Oh,
All right.
okay.
You ready to go?
Mm. Take a deep breath. Slowly exhale. Say to yourself silently and thoughtfully, with fixed determination and eyes closed. My natural home is the light within me. My natural home is the light within me. My natural home is the light within me. I'm remembering now, I am the light. I'm remembering now, I am the light. I'm remembering now, I am the light. Breathe in light and breathe out light, for there is nothing else. Feel your light body. Feel a sense of release and relief. Tell yourself silently and thoughtfully, I am open to receive. I am receiving now. I am open to receive. I am receiving now. I am open to receive. I am receiving now. Be in the now, now. For this we're grateful, and so it is. You can come back when you're ready. Okay. You know, I was born on the island of Trinidad and Tobago in the West Indies, and my mom had 17 of us. Yeah. And my mother was the spiritual teacher. So she would gather us around the bed every night. And as kids, you know, the weather is warm, the moon is shining, and we just want to play hide and seek. But she had something more for us. And when my awakening started, I knew I'm in a marriage and I have 2 children, but I want something more fulfilling. I want something more meaningful, something that I can share with others. So I went through all of the spiritual texts, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, the Dhammapada, the Bible, A Course in Miracles, all of them. And A Course in Miracles spoke to me very deeply because it's relatively new. And Helen Schuckman and, not David, Helen Schuckman and they were both psychologists, and they worked together in the unit in New York. And there was always this static between them, Bill, Helen and Bill. And there was always conflict. And then one day, she heard the voice. And the voice said, "This is A Course in Miracles." And she froze, just like I did. I'm like, what? Yeah. But she released and allowed the information to be imparted, not from her, but through her. From is the head, through is the heart. And the longest journey we take is from the head to the heart. And the heart chakra holds the key to love. So, knowing this was my calling, I went to the minister, Church of Religious Science, and I said to the minister, I said, I don't know what these books are really speaking to me, and I'd like to start a study group. And because we're always being tested, John said, it has to go before the board. And I thought, yikes, okay. And I knew the people who were on the board because I go to the center. And I showed up for the board meeting. I'm really good at showing up. I showed up for the board meeting and always on time. Ask him. And everyone said it was okay for me to start the teachings of A Course in Miracles. And I really didn't bring my books. My books are the first edition books, and they're so duct taped all over for so many years. And she said, everyone agreed it was okay, I could use the facilities. And she said no. And there was this force within me. I didn't say it out loud, but I said, watch me. Yeah. Watch me. This is my calling. This is what I am to do. And so I started the study group, and in her mind, it's going to fall apart because we tried it and nobody ever came, and nobody's going to come, and all of these fearful thoughts. And so I started the study group, and word of mouth, people started coming. And then I started a newsletter, and I titled it The Difference, because you have to make a difference in order to be different. And I never stopped. I've never looked back. I've done a lot of work on myself and helping others. These are two of my students right here. And what drives me is it can be done. And the responsibility is up to each and every one of us. We have to question our beliefs. Beliefs are comforting, but a knowing, you just know. Just like 7 o'clock is dinner time, 7 o'clock in the morning is my spiritual time with myself. And then what I started doing, I would bring my children, I have 2 children, I would bring them to just sit with me in the circle, in the bedroom. And they started hearing the words and absorbing the energy of what is going on. And that's how I raised them. And I've never had any problems with them. No drugs, no bad friends. They're both pretty successful. And they would say, thank you, Mom, for raising us the way you did. And what drives me to do what I do is that if I can do it, so can you. And the responsibility is up to each of us. We can run, but you cannot hide. Because wherever you go, there you are. You are your thoughts, and thoughts rule creation. And trust me, I went through the Bible, the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, the Dhammapada, or A Course in Miracles, all of the spiritual texts. And they're all saying the same thing in a different form. And what happens with the teachings of A Course in Miracles is that it uses a lot of Christian terminology, and that just kind of throws some people off. But I encourage them, just be open and allow the energy to flow in, as, with, and through you. Not from you. From is the head, intellectual time concepts. It's coming through you, through this vessel. And you are being used as an instrument. See? And what I've seen over the years with so many people is they start a spiritual practice, and it's going okay for a while, and then something happens, and the practice is gone. And then something else happens, and they come back. So for so many of us, it's like a back and forth, back and forth. But the key is we have to be true to ourselves, because no one's going to honor anything in you that you don't honor first. And honesty means consistency. It means no thought opposes any other thought. No word lacks agreement with another. That's the trait of honesty. And most people are not there. If you say you're going to show up at 10 o'clock for the call, then be there at 10 o'clock, because I'm calling you at 10 o'clock. And if I call you at 10 o'clock, because I do one-on-one coaching, if I call you at 10 o'clock and you miss the call, that's it. You have to wait another week. Yeah. This, where we are now on this planet, we're being challenged to put spiritual principles into application. And that is where the difficulty lies. Because we're afraid. But afraid of what? Yeah, afraid of what? Your power? Power is mental or moral efficacy. Efficacy is the power to produce an effect. Effectiveness. Effect is to cause. Cause is thought. And we're in a universe of cause and effect. See? But there's no effect without a cause. Because cause is thought. So within us, because this is a universe of duality, and it's a very dense consciousness. But again, that's why we're here, to raise our vibration. Thoughts of vibration. So you're going from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. And as you remain committed, diligent in your practice, the energy is shifting within you for thousands of years. As within, so without. Because it's already there. But the way we've been conditioned is we want it, and we want it now. On the spiritual path, it doesn't work that way. It has not, will not, and cannot. So the responsibility is up to each of us. And with everything that's going on the planet right now, it's an awakening taking place. And we have to become awake, aware, and alive. But first we have to wake up from the dream of forgetfulness. Oh, my mother did this, my father did this, you son of a bitch, you took my money. All that stupid stuff that just keeps rolling around in the mind and holding us back. We do it to ourselves, and we don't even realize it because it has become so ordinary for us. Yeah. And this is why when I work with others, we do affirmation. I do a dialogue on affirmation. And it's different for everyone because everyone is at a different state. But one thing, as you know, it's always for me to have them say the affirmation 3 times, right? 3 times they have to say it. Because most of what I've said in the dialogue, it's gone. But and I didn't make this up, this is just the way it happened for me. And I was just going with the flow. So when I work with others, I would say, what do I say to you? I say, I am the living light. See? I am the living light. And so I say it, and you repeat it silently 3 times, because it's being transmuted through this vessel to that vessel. And as long as that being of light is opened to receive, then they are growing, they're evolving within themselves. And it takes practice. This is why A Course in Miracles has 365 lessons in the workbook, because every lesson is reminding you of what you already are, which is love, light, and wisdom. And wisdom is the knowledge encoded within each and every one of us. But what happens to us is the minute we see someone, we give it our own interpretation. Oh, I don't like her hair, or I don't like her hat, or I don't like her shoes. We're so accustomed to wanting things to be the way we see it, our perception. And for most of us, our perception is upside down. It's upside down. So, in order to awaken humanity, Creator, God, whatever name we want to use, consciousness had to do something to wake up humanity. The virus. The virus. Yeah. This is a critical moment in the history of humanity. And never before in the history of humanity has spiritual leadership and feminine energy been needed as it is now. Because it's the age of the goddess. It's us. So we have to go from the head to the heart. Because the heart chakra holds the key to love. You came from love, you're evolving through love, and you will return to love, where you will be put according to your qualifications while on earth. And earth means everything in the physical. My life, my work, my business, my affairs, everything comes under the heading of earth. And Mother Earth moves in order to cleanse and recycle her materials. And this is kind of what's going on the planet right now. And the responsibility is up to each of us to have a spiritual practice. And you don't have to sit in a lotus position for hours. But you wake up in the morning and you start your day by going inward. That's what I do. I've been doing it for years. And because you don't know what's coming throughout the day. You don't know if you're going to get a brick or a bouquet. If you're going to get a brick, you would say, okay, throw it and be done with it. But we don't know. We don't know. We like to think we know. Yeah. So this is what's happening on the planet right now. And we're being challenged to put spiritual principles into application. And principle is code of conduct, law of truth. And in my world, all I wanted to know, I want to know the truth. What am I on this planet to do? And that's the question everyone needs to ask themselves. What do I want? I wanted something more meaningful, fulfilling, where my life becomes an example and demonstration to others that, oh, if she can do it, why can't I? Yeah. And this is what's going on the planet right now. The earth is our mother. And we have violated the law. Love is the law. And it's a law without an opposite. The opposite of love is love. And we cannot change what is eternal. So there's an awakening taking place. And we have to become awake, aware, and alive. But first we have to wake up. First we have to wake up. You're waking up to what is already there within you, your real thoughts. Thoughts that are of a higher vibration, loving thoughts. Fear is of a lower vibration. And fear is false evidence appearing real. So we've done it backwards. See? False evidence appearing real. So we accepted that as real because that's how we were, as A Course in Miracles would say, we've been badly taught. Yeah. And so everybody's doing it this way. So this must be the way to do it. Until we go through life and something happens, whatever form it may take, and you say, you just surrender. And only a surrendered person has spiritual power. And that's what I did in my life. First, I filed for divorce. You get this, I get this, you get this. I'm like, no, Veronica, stop it. Yeah. I said, I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I just want to know me. I want my life to be an example and demonstration to others that there is a different approach to life, one that is meaningful, purposeful, fulfilling, and offers peace. And peace is of a different reality. And the reality of life is, God is all there is. And for those of us who don't like the word God, use another name. You cannot change what is eternal. You are the changeless self. And again, so this is why when I work with others, I repeat the affirmation and I have them do it. Because if I just did it, it's gone. They're gone. They're forgotten. But 3 times, they'll remember. Don't you? Yeah. Yeah. We have to be true to ourselves. You have to love you, honor you, appreciate you, delight in you. No one's going to honor anything in you that you don't honor first. Honesty means consistency. It means no thought opposes any other thought. No word lacks agreement with another. That's the trait of honesty. If you say, be here at 5 o'clock, I am there at 5 o'clock. You know, you come strolling in, 30 minutes later, and that doesn't work for me. Ask him. If I call and you miss the call, that's it. No, call me back. I'm not picking up the phone. They have to wait another week. Right, David?
Yeah, we're talk next week, this week, yeah, but
They have to wait another week because they have to be. I am sharing this gift that we all really have, which is the gift of love. And I am sharing that with others so they can come out of the darkness and step into the light. You are eternal, immortal, unchangeable, unchanging, changeless, forever and forever. And what is forever is not of time. And we're in a time universe. And time is thought. And we have 2 thought systems because we're in a universe of duality. So every second, we're choosing either a loving thought or a fearful thought. And most people don't even stop to realize or recognize what they're really doing because it's become so comfortable for them. Trust me, I went through all the spiritual texts. A Course in Miracles spoke to me very deeply. And then I'm doing study groups. Oh, it's so hard. I don't understand it. I don't like the language. And so I decided, okay, let me simplify it. And that's what I did with this book. To help them to understand there is a way. The way is the way of love. And no one's going to honor anything in you that you don't honor first. Because honesty means consistency. No thought opposes any other thought. No word lacks agreement with another. That's the trait of honesty. If I say I'm going to be there at 10 o'clock, I am there at 10 o'clock. When I call you and you're not there, sorry. Next week, try it again. Yeah. I am really helping that other person to lay that foundation for them. And this is what's going on the planet right now. We bought into the materialistic way of life. Money, power, profit, prestige, man-made rules and ideas, and now the whole system is falling apart. And there's nowhere for us to go but within. For thousands of years, it's the same message. As within, so without, because it's already there. It's already there. We can run, but you can't hide, because wherever you go, there you are. They're your thoughts. And we're all held responsible for our thoughts. So I simplify this with the teachings of A Course in Miracles to help others, to really don't give up. And just it's just a tool. Use the tool. And then I did this. because this was interesting. My daughter's boyfriend, he's an artist. And when I went to my daughter, I said, you know, I want a cover for this book. And I want it to be in gold and white. Yeah. I said, I want it in gold and white. And I said, James, you are the artist. You do it. And that's what he did. Because what it is the butterflies. You're coming out of the darkness, and you're allowing the light to enter in. Because the light is there. You didn't put it there. It was put there by the source that gave you life. And you are life eternal. You are eternal, immortal, unchangeable, unchanging, changeless, forever and forever. And what is forever is not of time. And we're in a time universe. And this is what's going on this planet right now. We are being given an opportunity to awaken to our true self, your true identity, which is love, light, wisdom, the knowledge that is already there. Wisdom. Wisdom is the knowledge encoded within each and every one of us. So I am you and you are me. What I do to you, I do to me. What I see in you, I see in me. What I think of you, I think of me. There's no other way. Love is the way. And the responsibility is up to each of us. There's no other way. We've made a mess, but that's okay. We're here to clean it up. And that's what's going on the planet. Approach your spiritual practice be true to you. You know, you can just sit on the floor in a lotus position or lay floor on the floor, whatever feels right for you, whatever feels comfortable for you. And go inward. As within, so without. Same message over and over and over, generation after generation. And where we are now, a lot of souls are choosing to depart the physical because the energy is pretty intense right now. Because we're being challenged. You don't just open the book, read the affirmation, or read the lesson, and then you put the book down, and you go into what has been familiar to you. Yeah. The ego is very, very cunning. But the ego is not bad, because the ego means edge God out. So we've edged God out. God is love. See? So we decided, how our thinking is, we decide. There's a section in A Course in Miracles where it says, lesson 153 or 152, somewhere in there. And it says, the power of decision is my own. So I have to decide. What do you want? That's what I asked myself years ago. I just said, I want to know the truth of what am I? What am I on this planet to do? And then you live from that state of mind. Why? Because it's real. Love is real. And love will never, never forsake us. We just did it backwards, that's all. And now it's wake-up time. And we have to become awake, aware, and alive. But first we have to wake up. And then we become aware. And then there's a sense of aliveness within you, because you're starting to feel that energy pulsating through that physical body. So we need the physical body, because we have two bodies. You have a physical body, and then you have a light body. The physical body acts as a portal, an entry, a gateway to take you to the body within your light body. This is why for thousands of years, as within, so without, because it's already there. So I am you, and you are me. What I see in you, I see in me. What I think of you, I think of me. Most of us are not seeing, and we're not thinking, because we give everything our own interpretation. And the earth is our mother, and we are awakening. More people now than ever are awakening, and they have a spiritual practice. There's no other way. Anybody want to ask a question or something?
Are the right people awakening?
A what?
Are these important people on the planet awakening?
Are the
Like the leaders and those kind of people that really have control of the populace?
well, yeah. The key is control blocks the flow of energy. That's what control does. And the way we've been taught, we want control. We want to hold on. This is my way. This is how it is. This is how it's going to be. Yeah. But on the spiritual path, you become like a child. You know, a little child. You're trusting. A child knows what feels good and will go for that feeling no matter what. That child will cry until you pick him or her up and hold him in your arms. Yeah.
So the question is, are the leaders that have control of the destiny,
Mm-hmm.
are they awakening? Or I think that's where I kind of feel hopeless sometimes, that, you know, the Bidens and
Politicians you're talking about.
Well, let me tell you, it's the age of the goddess. And it's our turn as women. Whatever your form is, form does not matter. The truth is, you are the formless self. So all those people who always wanted that sense of control, all of that is falling away. Because we just cannot continue the way we have been doing it. Yeah, the self within you is the doer, the doing, and the deed.
can you explain how that's falling away?
The only way it's going to fall away is by us holding that vibration. Thoughts of vibration. And every loving thought is a real thought. It's packed with power. Every fearful thought, it's weak. And then we want to analyze it, investigate it, try to figure it out. Yeah, don't even go there. Catch yourself. And when you catch yourself, you're calling on the light. Yeah.
Yeah, these beautiful principles, can you hear me? These beautiful principles that you're sharing with us are, as you said, they're universal. They're found in many different spiritual paths. Mm-hmm. Are these also specifically tied to the Course of Miracles, the things that you're talking about now? I have tried to read the Course of Miracles in its original. I found it very dense. I was put off by the language, so I tend to read the books that interpret it. So I would be interested in your tying back what you're saying to what the Course of Miracles teaches us.
Well, it certainly changed my life. I have to say that. It's certainly, I mean, it uses a lot of Christian terminology, right, and that just kind of pushes a lot of people away. But, I should have brought my books. They've been duct tape and duct tape and duct tape, falling apart. And this is why I made it simple for others with this book. Because I was doing study groups. Oh, I can't understand it. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, are you sure? There's a sense of uncertainty. But when you know, you just know.
Could you give us a specific example of a teaching from the Course in Miracles that spoke to you?
Trust. Trust in what does not change. You cannot change what is eternal. And this is what we try to do on this planet. And it's not going to work. It never has, and it never will. And where we are in our evolution right now, it's a critical moment. And we have to have a spiritual practice, and the responsibility is up to each of us. We can run, but you can't hide. Because wherever you go, you're taking your thoughts with you.
And that's something that the Course emphasizes as well.
Yeah. Our part is to be still. Just be still. But for so many of us, we don't know how to be still. Silence, silence, silence. That's what my mother used to tell us. Silence is golden. Yeah. But we keep ourselves so busy, 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 busy like bees at the making of honey. Yeah. We have to give ourselves space and room to be with you. And allow the energy to flow in, as, with, and through you. You're just the vessel. Not from you. From is the head. Through is the heart. And this is why A Course in Miracles has 365 lessons. Because each lesson is reminding you of what you are. You are already everything. Because everything was already given to you. It's a gift. So your life becomes a gift to others. The gift of love. There's no other way. A lot of people right now, I see it in my work, they're very afraid, frightened. But again, just don't feed those fearful thoughts. What you can do is, that's how it started for me. You just get a notepad and a pen, and you sit quietly, and whatever is coming through that you really want, you put it on paper. Because when you put it on paper, you're seeing it, you're reinforcing it, and you're strengthening it within you. Most of what we hear, it's gone. It's gone. And some other thought comes in. And then we forgot that thought because something else came in. Yeah. Again, this is a critical moment in the history of humanity. And you know what history means? His story. So it's your story. Write your story. Write your story. To help others to come out of the darkness and into the light. Only light heals. And we're beams of light, prisms of light, reflected mirror consciousness in this man-made human world of form. So we can no longer continue according to man-made rules and ideas. Because what it's really doing is depleting us. And then what happens? Something starts manifesting itself in the body. Some kind of sickness. Yeah.
Well, I love what you're sharing tonight. I just started, I guess, 43 days ago on the Course in Miracles through Marianne Williamson. She does that.
Yeah.
She like this thing where you sign up for it and you get a little 5 or 7 minute share that she shares on the Course in Miracles. Really helpful for me because I was getting so frustrated and had all this fear, like you were talking about, you know, this fear about the leaders and all this stuff, and I was just going down this wormhole. And it seemed to be where I almost compulsively had to look at the insanity and the fears. And I kept saying, I'm not going to look at it. I kept looking. What's wrong with this?
You can look at it, but don't entertain it.
Yeah, and I would entertain it. And I
Yeah.
kept saying, and I had a buddy of mine from Florida who knows me, and I studied Course in Miracles 20 years ago, but
Yeah.
it was very difficult and daunting, like Mark was saying. And I kind of put it down. I was like, oh, this is too much. I don't have time for all this heaviness. But I really, so he said, Mark, because he kept hearing me say this dualistic kind of thinking. And I'm a science of mind minister. I mean, I know. Intellectually, I know. But my heart was like so afraid. I would say, those people, and he would catch me. Those people over there, and he kept catching me. This is going on for 2 or 3 years. Don't tell anybody, promise. But I knew it. I was really trying to keep that at bay, and so I started doing the Course in Miracles again, like you said, every morning. And this is just 40 days ago. And you know what? The compulsivity I have had to go listen and to look and to peek on the insanity
Yeah.
has gone away.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it for what it is. I
And
don't want to feed it.
And Helen Schuckman, who was the scribe, she was atheist and Jewish.
Yeah.
And that voice said, take notes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And she was afraid. But
Yeah.
she just started taking the notes down.
Yeah.
And look at the lives. That is, by her being obedient to the self within, it just, is helping others
Yeah.
to,
I love what the Course in Miracles says. It says, what's the miracle? The miracle is a shift in awareness, a consciousness, right? A conscious.
miracles are universal blessings.
It's a shift from
Yeah.
fear to love,
And
right?
yeah. And we just have to be willing to let go. But we
love
hold
that.
on to things.
Yeah.
Things are to be used. I remember when I was going through my divorce and moving up to Ojai, and I thought, oh, I'm taking this, or you get this and I get this. And then one day I said to myself, Veronica, what are you doing? Just leave it, just go. I put my clothes in the car and my books, and I drove up to Ojai. And I had a friend up there. And he had a room in his downstairs. And I'd never seen the room. And I got there, and he held me by the hand. He says, I want to show you this. And he opened the door. And he looked at me and said, this is your room. I have never seen something needed, not provided. Never. Never. What happens to us is we would rather trust in our own petty strength than trust in the intelligence that is within you and is you. Lesson 95 in A Course in Miracles, I am oneself. There's only one of us here. I am you. You are me. We're all the same. Form is different. But you cannot change what is eternal. Can't. This is what we've been trying to do, generation after generation. And now look what's happening. Wherever you go, there you are. Yeah, you are your thoughts. You are your thoughts. You are the thinker of your thoughts. Yeah.
So when you, I'll put it back to me. I have just feel like, no, I have become awakened.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that I had been stuck in lack for a very long time. And I got sick and blah, 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 right? And so finally I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is just, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up here, and I also did the Course in Miracles 20 years ago, and it was a little, I understood it to a certain point, and then I was just lost. So I'm back now, and I don't feel as lost. However, I feel like I'm not plateauing, but It's almost like
you're opening up to more light coming
Right.
in. Yeah.
and like you said earlier, it's like, hello, can we get it now? And
Yeah,
so I'm
it
being
doesn't-
patient. I am. I'm like, okay.
It
And I'm
doesn't
doing my
know.
daily practices
Mhm.
and by the way, Mark, I was on that link also, but I can't find it, so I want that too from Marianne Williamson. So I'm coming from love and I'm trusting my internal instincts.
Mhm.
Because I'm at this point, I'm like, I need to work and I don't even know what to do. I'm like, okay. So-
Okay, so you just simply ask the self within. Put me where my gifts and talents can be utilized.
Okay,
I am available. Use me.
okay. And then boom, just
Boom.
let it go.
Let it
and then-
go.
Okay,
Let it go.
okay,
Yeah, say it 3 times.
exactly.
Yeah, say it 3 times.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
That was my question, and you
yeah.
did so well.
We are so afraid of our power.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. Power is mental or moral efficacy. Efficacy is the power to produce an effect. Effectiveness. Effect is to cause. To cause is to bring about. What do you want to bring about? A change in your life. But it has to happen in thought first. TWA. Thought, word, action. TWA. Thought, word, action. Yeah. There's no other way. Love is the way. And this is what's going on this planet right now. And people are afraid. But afraid of what? We're powerful. We just have to tap in to that self that is there. This is why in my work I say, God, I don't know who they are. They belong to you. If they're ready, bring them. If they're not, don't bring them. It's a waste of my energy. Yeah. And this is what I do 5 days a week. And they're scattered all over. Yeah. And this is what drives me to do what I do, because I want others to know, hey, if she can do it, why can't I? Yeah. But we have to be true to ourselves. You have to love you, honor you, appreciate you, delight in you, be your best friend, the one you enjoy being with the most, you. But as A Course in Miracles would say, we've been badly taught. All of our learning is an indulgence. And now with all that learning, we have to unlearn so we can remember what is already there. And to remember is to restore to your memory what is already there. It's there. So when I look at you, I am seeing you, or anyone else, I'm seeing you as I see myself, because I'm seeing you through eyes of love. But the minute we see someone, oh God, I don't like his shoes. Oh, I don't like his haircut. Oh, where did he get that jacket? You know what I'm saying? And those things become so automatic to us that we just keep feeding it and feeding it. Yeah, and the only way to break that pattern, meditation. Meditation. Meditate, not medicate. Yeah, meditate. Meditation is the simple act of sitting quietly for a comfortable period to be with you. To be with you. To know you. To know you. Know thyself. No one can take that away from you. No one. And you become grounded, rooted, and established in the awareness of your true self. Love. This is why, again, I say, God, I don't know who they are. They belong to you. If they're ready, bring them. If not, don't bring them. Because it's a waste of my energy. we just have to change our way of thinking. You are the changeless self. You are unchangeable, unchanging, changeless, eternal, immortal, forever and forever. And what is forever is not of time. And we're in a time universe. So when you have a practice, you're transcending time. See? You're letting go. Oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. I got to get the bus. Oh, it's 12 o'clock. Oh, I have to eat. You know, we've become so rigid. Yeah. And now you want something more meaningful, so you're breaking up that crystallization in the mind. This is why everyone I work with, they got to have a mantra. And I tell them, and I put it in this book, I tell them what a mantra is. Every spiritual tradition has a mantra. And mantra means instrument of the mind. And you're using something genuine, the mantra, to clear out all of those fearful thoughts that are holding you back. Mm-hmm. It's the simplest and easiest tool for transformation to take place, the mantra. And once you choose a mantra, excuse me, once you choose a mantra, and again, mantra means instrument of the mind. And so, because we're in a universe of duality, there's the higher mind, which is your loving thoughts, your real thoughts. And then there's the lower mind, we call the personality self, my self-made thoughts. And so, when you're using the mantra, what you're doing is you're letting go in a very gentle and easy manner. See, there's no hurry, there's no rush, there's no excitement, right? So you're using something genuine to drive away all of those impurities that have been working havoc within the mind. And I'm telling you, for me, it's the mantra. And it has become so ingrained within me after all these years. My partner, Salvador knows. If you want to talk to me about something, talk to me before my head hits the pillow. Because when my head hits the pillow, I am repeating my mantra. And while I'm sleeping, it's working. And you wake up in the morning feeling a sense of aliveness. You feel a sense of, wow, okay, what do I have to do today? You know, you start feeling that energy.
Can you give the example of a mantra, or is it a Sanskrit mantra, or is it
Whatever works for you. Yeah, whatever works for you. Nothing too long, just something simple. I will tell you this, and don't tell anyone. No. Well, my mantra is, and I've been using it for years, Jesus. That's it. Just Jesus. Jesus was a man in a physical manifestation, just like us. Just like us. Yeah. So you're using something genuine to drive away all of those impure thoughts that are working havoc within the mind. And in order to lay that foundation, this is how all this writing started. You're writing your mantra on paper. And you want to use white paper and wide ruled, because you could come back to this and read it, because you forgot, and you come back to it and you look at it, and then something starts coming through you, and then you just add it to it. See, because what you're doing is you're awakening. Yeah, and the mantra really is the tool. Every spiritual teaching have a mantra. Yeah, and again, instrument of the mind. Yeah, and it's very simple. And then you can, in the beginning, you could write it on paper, because you're seeing it, you're reinforcing it, and you're strengthening it with you, and then it becomes a habit. See? Which means you're breaking up that crystallization in the mind. The old is falling away, and the new is emerging. So you you're rising up. You're coming out of the darkness and into the light. Why? Because you are the light. It all sounds so simple, but it's the hardest thing for us to do.
Yeah, and there's contemporary approaches to a mantra, and it's not called a mantra. There's a great book, it's called Psycho-Cybernetics, I think it came out in the 80s. And about a year and a half ago, I was living in my van,
Mm-hmm.
and
Wait, hold on.
yeah, I was saying that there's a contemporary way, from a function standpoint, that people use mantras. There's a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, came out in I believe the 80s, maybe even the 60s. And I was living in my van in the Joshua Tree area, and I was thinking about architecture and real estate. Didn't own any real estate or architecture. Hadn't designed a single thing in the desert. Much different now. However, at the time, I read a line in there, and it said, when you have a thought that you don't want, literally out loud say cancel. And then if it comes back, you say it again. And then you practice the thought, and then say what you want the thought to be. And what I found was that things started to shift in my head. That thought that was trying to get in, I consciously stopped it, and then my mind started to change. You know, and then then that, you said TWA, so thoughts,
TWA.
words, and then actions.
Action.
Because as my thoughts began to change, my words began to change, and then my actions began to change, and then my entire world changed.
And it
So
takes
that's,
practice.
my understanding is that it is that same mechanism that a mantra fulfills. When there's a mantra being practiced, it's a reminder. And when you're having a reminder of something, you're not having a reminder of something else. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let me look at this right here. Oh, I gotta take this off. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I'm trying to put this on. Okay. So here in this book, is this the book? Let's see. I don't know if I did the mantra in this book. I think I did. The mantra. But, you know, it's the titles that I put into this book was From Fear to Love, A New Consciousness. Your potential for transformation is limitless. Silence is golden. The message of A Course in Miracles is profound and direct. Consciousness has many names. Know your true identity. Words light up the path to silence. Awakening is a process. The Course will transform your life. Stay the course. The message is an invitation. The Course is sacred but does not preach. The Course is a 20th and 21st century book of revelations. Love is a law without an opposite. You are a branch of the divine. Remember who you are. We are worthy simply because of what we are. The ego makes and God creates. Love simply is. Love is always present. Time is an illusion. God is an energy of pure love. Live from a state of emptiness. Be gentle and patient with yourself. The gift of giving, your foundation. Remain detached. Truth is undivided love. Forgiveness clears dead thoughts. Gratitude brings you into the present. Trust. Honesty means consistency. Physical healing begins in the mind. This moment is perfect. Relationships. Abundance is limitless. Miracles, prayer, meditation. The sweep of the mantra broom. That's when you do the mantra, it's like, you know, you're using the mantra and you're sweeping away all of those fearful thoughts that are working havoc within the mind. Remove the truth is to be lived. Remove the blocks to your awareness of love. Feel vitalized through the material. The aim is to radically shift your perception. Your perception is stealing from your peace of mind. The Course has been given to us at a time of crisis. Recognize your value. Awareness is the key to transformation. What is love? Love and more love. True education expands the vessel. Material wealth has exceeded spiritual advancement. And it goes on and on. There's 125 pieces in here for, just to help others to wake up. There's nowhere for us to go but inward, because everything is already there within us. But because the mind is so lazy, and the way we've been conditioned, we want it, and we want it now. On the spiritual path, and this is why I've seen it over the years, this is why so many fail on the spiritual path, because they want it, and they want it now. Yeah. There was a whole other piece I wrote on the now. The now. Yeah. Now is all there is. All that matters is what state your mind is in now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Right now. And right now, I am just being used as an instrument to remind others to just be in the now. Be in the now. We're so absent when love is always present. See yourself as the gift. You are the gift. Your life is a gift to the world. And it was given to you. You didn't make it. It was given to you. So share that gift with others. And it's like a continuation of the line. And that person starts doing it, and then that person tells that other person, and they're doing it, and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. There's nowhere, we can run, but we can't hide. And we agreed to be here to participate in what's going on the planet right now. And the earth is our mother. And Mother Earth moves in order to cleanse and recycle her materials. And that is what we're going through. Anybody have a question or anything or what? So, let's see, what else can I share that I wrote? Let's see what we have here. Oh, okay. What? Okay.
I was just gonna say, I'm appreciating that other people had learned about Course in Miracles years ago. I did in 1987 or 97. No. Thinking it's 89. Because we were in the middle of the AIDS crisis in Los Angeles, and we were going to Louise Hay meetings, if you're all familiar with Louise Hay.
Yeah.
And that was really comforting. And she did something called the Hay Rides, and we would go there. And but that was, we'd kind of lay on blankets, and there's a lot of crying while Louise said, "I love you," but then next week the blankets would be empty because another 5 people would have died that week, and it's really a monumental time. And then at one point when we were really giving up, then somebody's like, "Oh, you got to go see Mary Ann." And we were like, "Oh, what is Mary Ann?" "Oh, she's this young lady, and she preaches Course in Miracles." But, you got to go see Mary Ann. So we went up to go start seeing Mary Ann, and it turns out that's Mary Ann Williamson. And she would give these lectures, but she was just like you. She translated the Course in Miracles into a human message for us.
Yeah.
And so we were able to get it. So what Course in Miracles did for me was not so much install a new religion per se, but it broke me out of my Catholicism dogma, which I didn't even know was so strong and was so preventing me from discovering my own spirituality. So if I can give credit to Course in Miracles for the whole human race, it somehow gets you to look at yourself and, as you say, become responsible for your own experience here and your own spirituality. So I'm all about Course in Miracles, and I do think it's making a comeback because we're doing the COVID virus now, and so people,
I
you
know.
when you get pushed against the wall, you turn to something.
That's exactly what's going on right now. There's nowhere for them to go but inside. Inside. And the inside is already right. There's nothing to fix. You are already perfect, whole, and complete. And if something is complete, nothing's missing. So the responsibility is in our hands. It's your life. And your life is a gift to the world. You know. So this is what I wrote, as I never did share. Awakening to the light. You're awakening to your true identity as the light of the world. Your practice, who can tell me what the practice is? What's the practice? Prayer and meditation. And going inward to discover your true identity as a light in a physical manifestation. You're coming out of the darkness and entering into the light. The awakening is gradual. It cannot be rushed. Too much light coming in too fast would be more than our nervous system can handle. The Buddha was asked, are you an angel? No. Are you God? No. What are you? You know what the Buddha said? I am awake. I am awake. The awakened mind knows it's a self. So we have to wake up. And this is what's going on. It's an awakening that's taking place. Yeah. And, let me just share this one piece. This is an old piece, but this is a good piece too. This is a critical time for spiritual growth. You are awakening from the dream of forgetfulness and remembering. And so you are stimulating your desires to participate and commit to fulfilling your assignment given to you by God, the source that gave you life. It is your resurrection and ascension. They are the same. The resurrection is the overcoming or surmounting of death, the end of the ego and the awareness of reality, the correction of mistakes. It is not the end of the world, it's the end of a consciousness. Fear consciousness. Fear is a dense field of consciousness. Our mystical marriage is taking place. The bridegroom is claiming the bride. Spirit and matter are becoming one. A reawakening or a rebirth. A change of mind about the meaning of the world. The Christ energies are here now. It's not an individual. It's not the Messiah. It's an energy field known as the Christ consciousness. Spiritual fulfillment is an evolutionary process. It is essential. It's imperative. Without meaningful aspiration, we become destructive and fall by the wayside long before our time. An increase of energy has entered onto the planet. Picture yourself in this pure energy, pushing up all that you have been suppressing. You came in to represent love, and that is what you are. At this moment in time of great change for all of us on our beautiful planet, the words of Saint Teresa of Avila, who spent 20 years in doubt and struggle. They had to go through the same thing we're going through right now. So, and this is what she said. Let nothing frighten you. Everything is changing. God alone is changeless. Patience attains the goal. Who has God? lacks nothing. God alone fills every need. And so I say, sit on the throne of silence and hear your real thoughts. Rest and nourish your soul. Just as you nourish the body, you must nourish your soul.
Beautiful.
I think I wrote that like 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I could tell by the paper when I pick up something. See, it's been folded.
Yeah,
And I came across it and I thought, oh, okay, let me share this.
it's so needed today.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now, each of you, you know what you have to do. And like the Nike sign, just do it.
Do it.
And so it is.
And so it is.
No, really, 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 be serious.
Yeah.
To start off in the morning, this is how I started, because I'm raising 2 kids. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. But the fact is, you're willing, because you want something more meaningful. So you're going to keep doing it. And then it expands and expands, and then before you know it, you know, you're thinking differently, because you're seeing differently, and then you'll be living differently. I took a lot of blows. And you know what? Where I am in my life now, I love what I've created. Yeah. And I love helping others because I know the road. I did a lot of crying. A lot, but I never gave up. And I had a mother who was the spiritual teacher. And no one in my family has taken it to the depths that I have. And my mom had 17 of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. That was awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, that was
Yeah.
definitely a beautiful wisdom share and sacred practice, just the whole thing. So thank
That's
you so
it.
much. Yeah.
It's the practice.
Yeah.
Patience, practice, preparation, and process. Remember those words.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So next week, tell your friends, we're going to have Jeff Kingfisher on the 21st. Is it 21st, right, Jeff? Yeah. Yeah, 21st, Tuesday night. I think this evening really lit up the light. We're talking about the light all night long. And I know that's what Jeff's going to talk about next week, and create that beautiful space with music and, what do you call it? What's that stuff we're drinking? Wassail. It's got, for me, it's got to be non-alcoholic. For other people. Yeah, there he goes.
Okay, so I have a question.
All right, thank you.
Not this book.
Did we put the information up, Jeff, online? Her. Oh, good, thank you. All right.
I
So
think
you
this
can
is
buy
your
her
book.
book if you want one
Because I
tonight.
already
You can get
wrote
one
in
from
it.
her if you're here.
Cat. Do I have your book, Cat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ungluing
so
the
I
mind.
gave you. I already gave you a book. Oh. Yeah. You know what it says? May this book be a guiding light on your inner journey of awakening.
Mm.
Love, light, and wisdom. Blessings, Veronica. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yay.
Would anyone like a book? And you can make a donation to the center for the book. Okay. Yeah.
Anyone like one?
Okay. Well, you can't have this because
That one you can buy online. It's right there.
This
on
one you got to go
Amazon.
on Amazon.
Yeah. right.
Ungluing the Mind.
It's right there, Mark.
Yeah.
Up there, Ungluing the
Ungluing
Mind.
the Mind is on Amazon, but this one I self-publish.
And you can get a hold of her on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or on
Facebook.
her website.
Facebook.
And
mostly
she has,
Facebook.
Facebook's the best way? Okay.
Yeah, Facebook.
And she does one-on-one coaching.
I do one-on-one
so
coaching Monday
Yeah.
through Friday. Fridays he knows. So Fridays I finish at 2:00.
Beautiful.
And when I'm done, it's my weekend. It's my weekend to just. No. Actually, that's a whole other story. Do you know Robert Warner, the leather designer? Anybody out here knows Robert, the leather designer? You know Robert? I've heard of him. Oh, okay, he's a leather designer. And Robert and Salvador, who's my partner, we've been together 13 years. He was my student. I don't know, he just wanted something more meaningful. And Salvador, Robert moved up here from LA, as most of us do. And Robert kept telling Salvador, you guys need to get out of Venice. Look at it's changing. You need to get out of there. You need to come out to the desert. And we would look at him like, it ain't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And then just before the virus, he called us and said, and these were his words, I don't know what you're doing today, but get your ass up here. That's exactly what he said to Salvador. Get your ass up here. I want you to come and see this. And we did. And we looked at each other and we said, we're moving. And we moved. So I live in Yucca Valley. And my vision for being up here, because I have a nonprofit organization, LaBerry Retreats is a nonprofit organization teaching education in living, not education for, things, is to establish a school, a school of wisdom where they can come and learn and grow, not just through me, but others that I work with, or others, to learn and grow and expand into the awareness of their true identity as light in a physical manifestation. And that's my vision. So we've been looking at property. Yeah. And you know what? Before I leave the body, it will be done. Because I know it's already done. It is. Because I'm not doing it for selfish reasons. It's selfless. Love is selfless. Fear is selfish. And our selfish desires, well, we see what it does to us. Yeah. So that's my vision.